So people always ask us, what do we do with all that wine? Because we're opening a different Canadian wine every day and going on here and telling you all about it. What do we do with all that extra wine? Because you can't possibly drink like 3, 4 bottles a day, which is true. So stay tuned. We're going to explain how we do that, and we're going to share another Canadian wine worth knowing.
So this is day 22 of our challenge, going live every day, tasting different Canadian wines. So here we are. It's Mira. I'm Carl. It's Carl's Wine Club. So today what we want to talk about, great intro, Mira. I love that because let's look at it. Like, okay.
Just from the last couple days, right?
Just for the last couple days. And there's another one more here.
Yeah,
right?
These are amazing wines. Like, people send us the most awesome Canadian wines that they've got.
We got boxes at the door almost every day, right?
It's like Christmas every day. It can be like that for you too if you start ordering wines from Canadian wineries. But yeah, what do we do with all that wine? And we used to be in Calgary where there are lots of neighbors all around. So we'd go knock on doors, hey, do you want a few pours?
I got some great Pinots. I got some great Cab Franc. I got some good things.
We're out in the Summerland now where it's a little more sparsely populated. So what do we do? What do we do with all the wine?
So, and that's funny because we have like 10,000 members across the country, and we have like one of our chat, and people are always asking, hey, day 2 of my wines from yesterday, and I got a bunch of reply. What? Leftover wine? That doesn't exist. Who has leftover wine? But because we drink wine, but we mostly taste wine. So how I like to rate my wines, I always give a score. All of my pop and pour. This is my benchmark. This is where I start rating the wines. And through 3, 4, 5, sometimes 6 days, I like to taste the wines on multiple days to see how the wines evolve, right? So that process leads me to always have 10 wines open and always rotate and compare the wine from each other. So when you pop and pour, you got that vibrancy, that power, that tannin, that structure right up there, like right on the opening, right? So the pop and pour wine. But over a couple of days, you see the wine softening up and getting more and more approachable. What do we do? What is the process, right? Over all of those days.
Well, we just keep retasting it because they say that every day after wine's been open, obviously you put the cork back in overnight, but then it's got all this air left, right? So it's oxidating. And what happens when you age wine in your cellar? It oxidates it. So it just slowly changes like the taste, the flavors, ages it.
So basically we age the wine at a faster pace.
Yeah. So for every day that a wine's been open, it's like 1 or 2 years of aging in your cellar. Basically.
That's it. Especially at the beginning. More that you have out of the bottle exponentially goes. But it gives us an idea. And I wanted to bring that point, especially for that wine. Okay. This wine here, which is the Nanny's Blend 2022 from Mary Nissen. This wine we've been like so excited, and sorry about that.
There's still a drop. Oh my
God. Just
a
drop. But the wine is empty. The point is there's nothing left in that wine.
Because it was really freaking good.
6 days in, we keep tasting it over and over again. And we've been like since the first pour, holy shit, this is good. Holy shit.
And we get especially excited when it's really good. It's a Canadian wine made by a fantastic historic winery, Mary Nissen, which is now 50 years old, I believe, or so.
Absolutely.
They were the first to plant Cab Sauv in Canada, if you didn't know. But we get even more excited when we know the price tag on this blend. It's $27.95, including tax.
So here is the story of that wine, okay? Quickly. When I first pop and pour, I wrote a note on my piece of paper, 91 plus, okay? I started to taste it, swirl, and I'm like, okay, 55% Merlot, 45% Malbec. And Mira's telling me, hey, do you know that wine is only $27? I'm like, what? And I'm like, okay, scratch the 91 plus. and I put 92 because I always have a half a point who is reserved for the price point. Is that my wine over deliver or overmatch the price point, right? If it's a good wine, but the price point is too high, I might go down half a point or sometime a full point. So here we go. Scratch the 91 plus, put 92 point. I'm like, this wine is at least like in my mouth, first taste, at least $45. Holy smokes. The wine breathes, 1 day goes by, 2 day goes by, and every time we're like, holy shit. Wow, holy smokes.
It gets better. Like there are wines, you guys, especially like if you buy the sort of inexpensive mass-produced wines. The second day they're toast. Like
Oh
they
yeah,
are like
especially on the third day.
completely
Third day,
undrinkable.
that's when they go
Yeah.
bang, like absolutely collapse, right? So the third day, we're just about to go live with the winemaker, and I said, Mira, this is 92 plus.
Yeah.
Holy shit. And it's so good. So the night goes on with the winemaker, and like I kept talking about that wine, and he's telling me that it's from the Stug vineyard, from a single vineyard, half from their estate vineyard, and like the story just keep going. 18 months in oak, and I'm like, wow, this is so freaking good. On day 5, we woke up, and I'm like, you know what? I'm not done with that beast. I'm not done with that darn thing. Taste it again, and I'm like, you know what, Mira? I don't know why, but I have to do it. This is a 93 points. I went from 91 plus to 93 points in 5 day tasting that wines every day, almost twice a day. And so that tells you the process that sometimes judging a wine just by pop and pour
doesn't always do the wine justice. And you know
Exactly.
what? That's the crazy thing about competitions. Competitions are good because you get a good idea. Like often, if a wine scores, gold or platinum or something in a big competition, it's a phenomenal wine,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
But there may be lots of wines that get in there, maybe only like silver, but they're like that,
That's it.
the first sip, pop and pour, you're like, okay, it's silver. But the next day or with 2 years of age, it can go up a point or two, or maybe sometimes even more, and become like something really stellar. And I guess that's why we age wine, isn't it?
Yeah, that's exactly why we age wine, but that's also why vintages are so different, right? Bold, bigger, warmer vintage might crash down a little faster. Cooler vintage might take a little bit of long time. 2022 is a very, very balanced vintage.
In Niagara,
in Niagara, in that very specific region. So here is why I think that over these 6 days, this wine have never fall off the cliff. This one have kept going and kept going. Even when I was at the third, so that's mean 2/3 of the bottle was filled with oxygen, was filled with air. And now so much potential for like absolutely collapse that wine. No, it just kept getting better and better. I'm like, holy shit. When is it going to stop? Well, I have an answer for you. When the bottle got empty. That's when it stopped.
That means you need another one.
But that's why at the day of our, we sent an email and said, now I rarely do that. But my score just increased again, went to 93. And this is truly a buy the case type of purchase. And yeah, this is truly what it is. $27.95 went from 91 plus to 93 points, and it's just so freaking good. This wine's gonna age easily 8 years, and I wouldn't be surprised if it goes 10.
This is one of those relatively speaking,
Yeah.
inexpensive wine. It tastes a lot more premium than the price point.
Absolutely.
And it's one of those that if you forget a couple bottles in your cellar past what the end date is, it's probably going to surprise you.
Exactly.
But we
you're
had
100%.
a 1999 Piloteri that on release was like $12 or something. Right?
Yeah.
And we had
A
it
wine
in
that Sue Ann staff made.
with Marcel from Bellaterra that Sue Ann staff made, and it was freaking phenomenal.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
5 years later.
And so that's why. And example, right? This wine fell off the cliff a little faster than this one. So that's 17 100% Cab Sauv. So that's what tells me that when I rated that wine at 91 points, but it's a drink now. Okay. So, I mean, tasting these wines over a couple days really, really help to, so here's my suggestion. If you want to know exactly what's in the bottle and what you have leaning in the cellar, you can instead to open a different bottle every day, you alternate, right? You open one, you save some, you can open a second one, and you always rotate. So you at least have a sip on the second day. At least have a try on the second day. And if your rotation goes well, but you can keep going and keep going. And so I think this is, for me, that's what I really like, to analyze and to see what I got over multiple days.
And then that's part of what makes having a cellar fun is you kind of keep notes in whatever you do to keep notes in. Like
cellar book,
Carl used to make cellar books for all his collectors in Calgary, and they would like religiously flip through the cellar book and make a note of the inventory when they take
the
bottles
date
out.
tasted, and like I mean,
then,
like these,
you know, like a note to self, like try it again in a year, in 2 years, you know, that kind of thing. So it can be really fun to do it that way.
Absolutely. But I just
so
want, I really feel like I had to talk a little bit more about the Nanny's Blend again, and the process of tasting wines over multiple days. So here we are, Mira Boucher.
Carl Boucher.
I always love like talking wine when you're right next to me.
I know, it's really nice to be right here.
You're right here. There you go. There you go.
Well, it was great to see you guys. Thanks for stopping by. Hey, we're getting closer and closer to that $1,000 subscribers on YouTube. You know, like a lot of people take a year, 2 years, 3 years to get to 1,000, and we just said we have completely neglected our YouTube channel. It was kind of a placeholder. Let's see what we can do to get to 1,000 subscribers ASAP.
Let's share the Canadian wine love. Let's share the Canadian wine joy, because we produce world-class wine here in Canada, across the country, from Vancouver Island to Nova Scotia. Let's share it. Click the bell below, subscribe, talk to a friend, Carl's Wine Club. Join us. It's a fun community.
Yeah, it's free to join. So subscribe on YouTube, help us hit 1,000 subs, and, you know, give us your suggestions on what we could do to celebrate when we get there. But also, if you have questions about Canadian wine, drop your questions, because we can start answering those daily too. Cheers, guys. Have a great night.